Hello, everyone. I am Marie Ferdinand-Harris, and today I will be reading Psalm chapter 17 and verse 19. Are you guys ready? Here we go. Hear a just cause. O Lord, give heed my cry. Give ear to my prayer, which not from deceitful lips. Let my judgment come forth your presence. Let your eyes look with equity. You have tried my heart. You have visited me by night. You have tested me. You have found nothing. I have purposed that mouth will not transgress. As for the deeds of men, by the word of your lips, I have kept your path of the violent. My step hath held fast to your path. My feet have not slipped. I have called upon you, for you will answer me, O Lord. Incline your ear to me. Hear my speech. Okay, this next word, bear with me. Wondrous, show your loving kindness, O Savior, of those who take refuge at your right hand. From those who rise up against them, keep me as the apple of your eye. Hide me in the shadow of your wings. From the wicked who despoil me, my deadly enemies who surround me. They have closed their unfeeling heart. With their mouth they speak proudly. They have not surrounded us in our steps. They have set their eyes to cast us down on the ground. He is like a lion that is eager to tear, and as a young lion lurking in the hiding place. Arise, O Lord, confront him, bring him low. Deliver my soul from the wicked with your sword, from men with your hand, O Lord. From men of the world whose portion in life is just not right. I added that. In those belly you will fill with your treasure. They are satisfied to your children. And leave your abundance to your babes. As for me, I shall behold your face in righteousness. I will be satisfied with your likeness when I awake. Let's move on to chapter 18. I love you, O Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock and my fortress, my deliverer. My God, my rock, in whom I take refuge. I shield and horn of my salvation, my stronghold. I call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised, and I am saved by my enemies. The cords of death encompassed me, and the torrent, ungodliness, terrified me. The cords of Shiloh surround me. The snare of death confronted me. In the distress, I call upon the Lord. In my cry to my God for help, he heard my voice of his temple. And my cry for help also came into his ears. Then the earth shook and quaked, and the foundation of the mountains were trembling and were shaken because he was angry. Smoke went up out of his nostril, and fire from his mouth devoured. Coals were unkind by it. He bowed the heavens also, and came down with the darkness in his feet. He rode upon a cherub and flew, and he spun upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness his hiding place, his canopy around him, darkness of water, thick clouds of sky. From the brightness before him passed his thick clouds. Hailstones and coals of fire. The Lord also thundered in the heavens. And the Most High uttered his voice. Hailstone and coals of fire. He sent out his arrow and scattered them. And lightning flashes in abundance and routed them. The channel of water appeared, and the foundation of the world were laid there. At your rebuke, O Lord, and at the blast of the breath of your nostril, he sent for me, O high. He took me. He drew me out many waters. He delivered me from my strong enemy. And those who hated me, for they who were too mighty for me, they confronted me in the day of my calamity. But the Lord was my stay. He brought me forth into the broad place. He rescued me because he delighted in me. The Lord has rewarded me according to my righteousness, according to my cleanness. O my hand, he has recompensated me. For I have kept the way of the Lord and have not wickedly departed from my God. For all of his ordinances were before me, and I did not put away his statute from me. I was always blamelessly with him, and I kept myself from iniquity. Therefore the Lord has recompensed me according to my righteousness, according to my cleanness of my hands and my eyes. With the kind you show yourself. With the blameless you show yourself blameless. With the pure you show yourself pure. With the crook you show yourself astute. For you save afflicted people, Lord, but haughty eyes you abase. For you light my lamp. The Lord my God illuminates my darkness. For by you I can run upon troop, and by my God I can leap over a wall. As for my God, his way is blameless. The word of the Lord, marbles in the mouth again. The word of the Lord is tried. He is shield to all who take refuge in him. For who is God but the Lord? And who is rock except for God? The God who guards me with strength and makes my way blameless. He makes me feel his hands in my path and set me upon my high place. He trains my hand for battle so that my arm can be like a bow of a bronze. You have also given me the shield of your salvation, and your right hand upholds me. Marbles in the mouth again. Your right hand upholds me, and your gentleness makes me great. You enlarge my step under my feet and have not slipped. I pursued my enemies and overtook them, and I did not turn back until they were consumed. I shattered them so that they were not able to rise. They fell under my feet. You have girded my marbles in the mouth again, but let's continue. You have girded me with strength for battle. You have subdued under me those who rose against me. You have also made my enemies turn back to me, and I destroyed those who hated me. They cried for help, but there was none to save. Even in the Lord, but he did not answer them. Then I beat them fine as the dust before the wind. I emptied them out of the mere of the streets. That's the word. You have delivered me from the contentions, of the people. You have placed me as head of the nations, a people whom I have not known to serve. As soon as they, marbles in the mouth again, but let's continue. As soon as they hear, they obey me. Foreigners submit to me. Foreigners fade away and come trembling out of their fortresses. The Lord lives and blessed me, be my rock, and exalted me. Let's start that one over. That sentence rather. The Lord lives and blessed be my rock, and exalted be the God of my salvation. The God who executes vengeance for me and subdued people under me. He delivers me from my enemies who rise up against me. You rescue me from the violent men. Therefore I will give you thanks, Lord. Among the nation, O Lord, I will sing praises to your name. Marbles in the mouth again, one more take. He gives great deliverance to his king and shows loving kindness to his anointed, to David, his descendant forever. Let's start sharing the last chapter, Psalms chapter 19. The heavens are telling of the glory of God, and their expanse is declaring the work of his hands. Day to day pours speech. Day to day pours forth speech, and night to night reveals knowledge. There is no speech, nor are there words. Their voice is not heard. Their line has gone out through all of the earth, and there are utterance to the end of the world. In them he has placed a tent for the sun, which is as bridegroom coming out from his chamber. It rejoices as strong men to run his course. Its rising is from one end to the heavens, and its circuit to the other end to them, and there is nothing hidden from its heat. The law of the Lord is perfect, restoring the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. The precept of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgment of the Lord are true. They are righteous altogether. They are more desirable than gold. Yes, much fine than gold. Sweeter also than honey, dripping of the honeycomb. Moreover, by them your servant is warned. In keeping them there is great reward. Who can discern his errors? Acquit me of hidden faults. Also keep back your servant from presumption sins. Let them not rule over me. Then I will be blameless, and I shall be acquitted of the great transgressions. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight. O Lord, my rock, my redeemer.
Hello, my friend, and welcome to Fear into Faith. This is our global Bible revival, where we're on a mission to get 1 million people to read the Bible cover to cover in a year. I'm your host, Summer Day, and with me in the studio today is Marie Ferdinand-Harris. I got that right?
You got it.
Woo-hoo!
Perfect.
Yay! Okay, well, you just finished reading your sections of the Bible. Before we get into that, will you tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from?
Absolutely. I am Marie Ferdinand-Harris, born and raised in Miami, Florida. I went to LSU, became a Hall of Famer, a Kodak All-American.
That's right. We just happen to have a Hall of Famer sitting in the chair with us today. Tell us more about that.
Well, I've always loved basketball growing up, and I learned early on that, wow, I can use sport as a vehicle to capitalize off a academic or athletic scholarship to college. And it happened. I was able to go to LSU and break all kind of records. And
tell me about the records you broke.
Well, becoming one of the all-time steals leader at LSU, which is hard to do, but with work ethic and effort, it's possible.
Hey, man, that's awesome. I've never heard of that. You had the most steals. Come on.
Yes.
You're sneaky.
Oh, very sneaky. I was also a gold medal winner with my college team, where we competed in Taiwan and won the gold. Yes, and became, like I said, a Hall of Famer, a SEC great.
Okay, when you say gold, is that Olympic gold?
Olympic gold medal.
Wait, stop
yes.
it. Yes. You're an Olympic gold.
Oh, yes.
I did not know this. You might be the first Olympic gold medalist I've ever met.
Hey.
Just a few things. I'm just a Hall of Famer. I'm just a gold medalist. Yeah. Wow, what else?
And I was blessed. God was so good to me. I was able to play 12 years in the WNBA, becoming a 3-time WNBA All-Star. So, God's given me great gifts and ability, and I just made the most of it.
Oh, did you get to do a lot of traveling and stuff during those 12 years?
Oh, yes, because not only did I play in practically every state, but during our off-season, the WNBA off-season, most of the girls go overseas and play. So we play internationally. So I've been in every market, pretty much Poland, Russia, France, Spain, anywhere in Europe, name it, I've been there. Passport is just loaded with stamps.
Wow.
But yeah, I've been blessed to be able to travel the world.
Just a slightly exciting life.
Yeah.
What's one or two of the favorite countries you went to?
Turkey. Turkey was by far my best experience. I enjoyed Turkey.
Okay, I've not heard this before. Mm-hmm. Why Turkey?
Just because we had a lot of Americans in that market, so it felt like you were back at home. You were back in the U.S. And then the food, the culture, it's just pretty different in Turkey. Very chill. People are super friendly. Great sports environment.
Yeah.
And so it was just a really good choice of going to Turkey and playing there for a whole year.
So amazing. One of our readers that we've had was a Harlem Globetrotter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's really neat.
I had no idea you had done just that much. I knew you had played basketball, WNBA, that's said correctly.
Yes.
I didn't know all the other things.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer, gold medal. You say, how many times?
Three-time WNBA All-Star.
Stop it right now.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yes.
And when did you stop doing that? How many?
I stopped playing in 2013 season. Yes, 2013. I retired and was on to the next journey.
And what's been the next journey for you?
Well, it was very interesting because when I retired, I felt like I had developed as a player, but I was neglected as a person. Growing up in my hometown,
Yeah.
it was not the best place to raise a family. Where we lived was a town called Little Haiti, and that town is where, I don't know if you're familiar with First 48, but it's where the most crime, drugs, teen pregnancy is up.
What city is this?
And this is in Miami, Dade County. But my parents are from Haiti. My parents came to USA with no form of education. So the goal for my mom and my dad was to make sure we had good education.
Yeah.
So although we were in a really tough environment and it was darkness all around, I always focused on where lies a light.
Amen.
And through sports, the doors open and it
So
changed
you're not
us.
just like, you're not just a Hall of Famer. You're one of those stories
Yeah.
of raised in this environment, but you saw a way out and
saw
you
a
worked
way
real hard
out.
to get out.
Yes,
Very
I
inspiring.
focused on the light. I focused on an opportunity, and I heard that announcement at the age of 13. Anyone interested in girls basketball, come try out. And I gave it a try. I was open-minded, and it changed the trajectory of my whole life.
Okay, there's always that stereotype with basketball. How tall are you?
Oh, I'm actually not one of the tallest one. I'm only 5'9", but I played. One of my teammates was 7'2".
7'2".
And just to let you know that height is just a number,
Yeah.
I also had a teammate that was 5 feet. So it's all about the heart, the work ethic.
Work ethic for
Yes.
sure. Work ethic for sure. Let's talk a little bit about work ethic because I feel like that's something that we glamorize
Yeah.
gold medalists. We glamorize, movie stars or singers or whoever it is. And I think a lot of times we don't realize the level of hard work.
Yeah.
Give us just what was hard work for you? When you say you worked hard, what did it look like?
Hard work was learning to do the things that I didn't want to do when I didn't want to do it, but making myself do it. And that always came with the prize. So I would say that's my best definition of what hard work is, what ties in with discipline.
Yeah.
Doing what you don't want to do, but to be able to get the things you want to get.
So good. I feel like you needed to be in my living room yesterday with my 15-year-old. She's complaining about something with school being hard. And I'm like, you don't understand
Yeah.
what happens when you do the hard things.
Yes.
So good.
I was told once that we got to teach our kids to learn. Hard is not going away. We have to teach our kids to learn to do hard better.
Oh,
Just learn to do hard better.
so good.
Yes.
So good. I love it. So you said you grew as a player, but you didn't grow as a person. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, well, growing up, my family, my parents, my dad wasn't in the home. My mom and dad split, and my mom was raising 8 kids in a 2-bedroom apartment. And my mom was always working 3 jobs, never at home. And I can remember every summer we're locked in a house. We didn't have the resources to participate in Boys and Girls Club, YMCA. We just stayed home. So I just felt like those important foundational skills was never laid.
Yeah.
So I never had the ability to maximize my platform because I was always quiet. One thing about me, I was going to come in, I was going to be a professional and do my job, but I never knew the importance of relationships, networking, being all about confidence. I didn't understand effective communication. I was a mute. I didn't understand this throughout my career. I got to the highest level and I didn't have confidence outside of the court.
So off the court, you were quiet, you were reserved, you didn't have confidence, just only in the...
On the court is where I found my voice while I was on the court. So I battled with finding identity. Who was I outside of sports?
Yeah.
And it never became a hardcore reality, not until I retired
Is
because
this common?
very
Does this happen
common.
a lot in that arena?
It's very common for athletes, because when you play sports, it's your life. It's all you do every day, all day. So you don't really understand time management and how important developing as a person is. It's more important than just developing the player, because the person is who you are, who you're going to be forever. The athlete is going to retire. So some of these skill sets I never mastered, so I felt like when I retired from the WNBA.
Okay, I'm going to pause you right there. We're going to hear more about that.
Yes.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back after this. Oh my goodness. Yes, we are, my friend. We've got Marie here, 3-time gold medalist, Hall of Famer. Oh my goodness, the things that you...
3-time WNBA All-Star.
3-time WNBA All-Star.
Yes.
Okay, and how many gold medals?
Just one.
One gold medal. Okay, Hall of Famer. Holy moly. And then you retired in 2013, and we were talking about how you only had confidence on the court. I never think about that. You think of how good those professional athletes are. I think we envision they must be like that in all of their life because we think of what it takes to be that professional, that alive, that confident on the court. We just assume, well, that's how they are. And I think, my husband used to work for a lot of celebrities, performers. I could name, famous musicians and stuff. And I was always shocked to find out many of them were introverts, and many of them could perform in front of 50,000 people, and then off stage, very different person. So you're helping me to realize, they're a different person off the court. And I asked you if that was common right before break. I asked if that was common. You said it was.
Yeah, it's very common in our market. Athletes are dedicated to their jobs, and that's 24/7. When we're not playing, we're in the gym mastering that jump shot.
Wow.
When we're mastering the jump shot, then we get out of doing that. We're home watching sports. It's just a 24-hour cycle where we're just nonstop. It's not until you're done with sport you realize that, oh my gosh, I neglected the person. I never developed me. I was just developing the athlete, but the person was forgotten.
So it sounds like God has given you a heart for that now, almost like a reaching back, and that's where you're kind of wanting to go and maybe solve that issue and figure out how you can help develop not just the player, but the person. We're going to know more about that. Tell me about that vision.
Well, that vision is more on having programs, even a facility. And that's my biggest goal, is a facility where we run programs where at elementary school, when these kids start playing sports, when they're learning to dribble, they're learning to get on a stage and speak.
Wow.
When they're learning to shoot, they're learning confidence. When they're learning how to pass a ball, they're learning relationship building.
Amen.
We're developing the player, and we're also developing the person alongside.
So good. I say all the time, one of my catchphrases is, one semester of home ec does not a good mom or wife make. And so I spend a lot of time coaching women and helping them to be confident moms or confident wives because we don't learn that. The only way to learn it is in the home. And you had a single mom of 8 kids. Clearly, she was not also able to work on personal development or anything with you. I love that you want to start right back in school.
Yes.
Why do we not teach relationship skills or communication skills or work on building confidence in school?
And as athletes, we tend to think that, we just think competition. We don't think you can be competitive and be about relationship building. You just think, no, that's my opponent. I'm not talking to her, or I'm not talking to him. You don't understand that you can do both. And that's part of my message, is trying to train athletes that, hey, you can do both. You can be that fierce athlete, but at the same time, you can be all about your people skills, your relationship skills. You can understand that life's about relationship and tap into that other side. My other vision is to create this program where we take athletes and teach and get them into corporate. So from court to corporate, getting them to fine tune those skills. The overall goal is to get them to win in life, not just in sports.
Amen. Get them to win in life. So well, you clearly are great at communicating and confident at speaking. How did that happen? You retired in 2013, and then what happened to you?
So after I retired, I realized that, oh my gosh, I felt like I had a master's in as an athlete, but as a person, I was just entering elementary school. That's how big of a gap it was.
Yeah.
So for the next 10 years, I had to literally reinvent the person, like take public speaking, learn how to be a better presenter, learn self-confidence, look myself in the mirror and said, I am confident, and just put myself in every different rooms where it was all about networking and learning to develop friendship, make friends, talk to people. I just had to stretch, and I was never forced to stretch. You know, when you talk about sports, a lot of coaches, when you're playing professional sports especially, they're not interested in the person. They only care about the player. So if you don't have that growth mindset to, after practice, let me go and step on the other side and meet a Mark Cuban, who is the owner, and pick his brain and start to build opportunities for life after sport, then you're done, because you're going to retire and realize that, oh my gosh, I have to spend 5-6 years reinventing myself so I can have a chance at another career.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because most athletes, they retire physically long before they're actually, retirement age, or what we think is retirement age.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So you started taking all these classes. And
Yes. So I start taking all these different classes. I'm currently doing some Harvard business classes. So it's still learning business, learning different skills, honing my skills, understanding what is business acumen. How do you perfect that? Personal development, just surrounding myself with people who are doing what I want to do and trying to learn from them, which is something I was very disinterested in as a player. As a player, I could care less about that stuff. But now I see how, quick little story, and I'm going to bring it up because it's Nick Saban. And Nick Saban is hot right now because he just retired. So I remember at LSU, him and Jimbo Fisher, Kirby Smart, 3 other legendary football coach, they would come to the gym because Nick Saban was at LSU while I was a basketball player there. And he would always come and have their little power hour, exercise hour. But I always come to the gym early because I wanted to get extra shots up. Yeah. There was one afternoon I come to the gym early and realize Nick Saban and his staff is on the court. And I have my ball in my hand. I'm in the stance and I'm like, can they get off the gym already? I'm trying to get my shots up. But that was an opportunity to go and meet Nick Saban, go introduce myself, go play with them, develop relationships. But all I can think about is getting shots up and getting ready for my next game. Wow. And that's the mindset of an athlete. We're tunnel vision. We have a single-minded focus. And it costs us, because when we retire, we're going to have to go and build those skills, which is going to take time. The ones who get it, and there are a few of us who get it, they're working on both sides while they're playing. And those players are able to maneuver and go into a corporate America setting and continue their success. Yeah. But I want to create more of that. I want to create opportunities to help athletes to be more well-rounded.
Yes. And so you have a book, right? Mm-hmm. Tell me about your book.
So my book, which I'm excited about, is called Transformed. How did I go from this shy basketball player to now you can't get me to be quiet? How did that happen? And I share my journey. I share the whole journey from my mom's story, my dad, my family story.
You can check out the rest of this interview right here or by going to BibleRevival.tv. And if this show has blessed you, you can help us bless others by partnering with us for as little as $20 a month and help us to expand the reach of this show. We'd also like to invite you to join our Kingdom Discipleship Program, where you have an opportunity to get on weekly Bible Zoom calls with us and people around the world to deep dive into His Word. And you can check all that out at BibleRevival.tv. I'll see you next time, my friend.